So where has this journey taken me so far? Well, as I mentioned, I've been in business now for 9 years. However, what I have been doing in there is working alongside the school system, educating the school system with motivational speaking. So even within the first year of within business, I wanted to give something back to the educational side of it, but I didn't know what. Now, I would contact lots of different schools and I would ask if they would want me to come in and tell them my story and also inspire and motivate the students. As that progressed, I've spoken to over 70,000 students, from colleges to universities to youth projects to primary schools. Now, what I wanted to do after that was I wanted to take this further. I wanted to share the dyslexic message even further. And a year ago, I sat down at the computer and we put together an email campaign to contact 76 different dyslexic organisations to ask them if I can help them in any way, if I can travel to their countries, if I can speak at their events, if I can go out and do some training, whatever it was. It was really an email to just say, look, I'm here, I have these set of skills, can I help? Now, I would love to tell you that all 76 different organisations across the world came back and said, yes, we'd love you to come to these different countries and do this, this, and this. But like everything in life, there was a lot of rejection. But in amongst that rejection, there was a lot of positivity. A couple of people came back, the British Dyslexia Association came back, and I had a meeting with Helen Bowden, who's the CEO, and after a couple of meetings with her, I was then given the title of Ambassador for the British Dyslexia Association, which to this day is only given to people that have done incredible work with regards to dyslexia. And there are, as to my knowledge, there's only a handful of people that actually have given that title. And I continue to work alongside them on some of our projects with our dyslexic group, alongside theirs as well. Kenya, a lady called Phyllis and her sister Nancy came back to me, and they actually said that they would love me to come to Kenya, Rare Gem Talent School, where they have a school which specialises with children with dyslexia. And that was a real eye-opener for me, because how dyslexia is perceived in the UK, in the United Kingdom, is different to the way that it's perceived in Kenya. If a child has dyslexia in Kenya, then they're very isolated, and it tends to bring shame within the village. So Nancy and Phyllis had an incredibly difficult job homeschooling their children and then growing their school to, I believe 196 students, which is phenomenal. The work they were doing there was so fantastic that I just had to get involved. So I had to become, I then reached out and said, how can I help? So after going over there and visiting their school, and we put on a talk and we took about 150 people from all the different villages around there to give them more awareness about dyslexia. It was fantastic. Coming back from that, what we wanted to do was help more, so I then became a board member for them at the school, which was fantastic. And we've created charity events, we've created lots of awareness for that school. But it didn't stop there. I then had the invite from a lady in Malawi who has an association there. And they, again, jumped on a plane, went over there, and we did a campaign for a week where we were visiting lots of schools and putting on an educational awareness around dyslexia. The International Dyslexia Association as well, I became a global partner for them, and recently just come back from their global conference where I was speaking at. Now this is just a small amount of things that have happened within the year, and it all came from making that email and sending that email out to ask people if I can help. Now all this was done on the back of just purely saying, is there any way that I can help and support? Off the back of this became our setting up our global dyslexia group, and understanding the training that we can do behind it, and also the educational, the motivation and inspiration as well. So it's been a fantastic year, and if we can achieve all that in 1 year by reaching out and making a difference and making people aware, then just imagine what we can do in 2 years, 5 years, in 10 years.